So we've touched on learning styles before, but we're going to go into a little bit more detail now about the three main learning styles: your auditory, your visual, and tactile / kinesthetic. Remembering that learning styles, students don't necessarily learn in only one of these mediums. They can learn in a combination, and it depends on the subject as well. Quite often, if you're teaching something in a tactile way and it's not really working, maybe you can switch to a different mode and try and get the message across in a different way. It also depends, of course, on the subject. If you're teaching something like how to make Play-Doh, then clearly that's more of a tactile sort of thing. Whereas if you're doing something like music or teaching concepts like democracy and freedom, maybe you can use a combination. It tends to be that the higher up you go from year one up, the more we start to use the auditory and visual type stuff, and the more we move away from the tactile, depending of course on the subject. So let's have a little bit of an example. Your auditory learning, which has obviously got to do with sound and interpreting sounds. Think, for example, we're teaching a student how to play a guitar. One of the first things you would do would demonstrate how to play a guitar. Play some songs on your MP3 player for the students to listen to, those types of things. And it would give them a really good idea of what eventually one day you'd like them to achieve. Interestingly, with the auditory, you can tell if people are auditory learners because quite often they'll say things like, "I can hear what you're saying," or the type of people that prefer to call you as opposed to send emails. Generally, a lot of those people are more biased towards being good at learning in the auditory type fashion. Visual means obviously being able to see things, being able to picture things, being able to watch a documentary and understand and remember what's going on. Everyone is visual to an extent, well, everyone's all of those to an extent. I think they say that 60% of people are more visual than any other one of the learning styles. So if we're teaching kids how to play a guitar, as far as visual goes, we'll be showing them how to play the guitar, showing them, they'll be watching where our fingers go, those types of things. Tactile, obviously, that's an easy one for playing guitar. That means they're actually doing it themselves. They've got the guitar in their hands and they're practicing. Remember our last lesson we were talking about scaffolding as well. So especially in that one, we'll divide something like learning how to play a full song into lots of small bite-sized chunks. So you're not going to teach a student how to play a 3.5 minute song just like that. You'll teach them how to play 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. I'm not sure, I'm not a music teacher. Learning styles, really important and quite effective.